Hi everyone, it's Dora here. Welcome to my 5th video of my eyeshadow roulette series. So this is what I normally do. I select 4 random eyeshadows from my entire collection. Then I create one complete look with those 4 random shades within the video. And then over the next 2 weeks or so, I then work with these individual eyeshadows as well. And then I report back on these 4 individual looks. I'm going to insert a swatch here of those 4 shades that I had last time. That top one is the shade Nostalgic. It's a pressed glitter and it's from the Revolution Pro New Neutral Romance palette. The next one, that purple one, is the shade Evince, or purple pinkish. It looks far more purple in the pan, I find. The next one is called Arcadia, and it comes from the Revolution Utopia palette, which is this one here. And here's the shade right there, and it's the only shade I've ever used or swatched from this palette. Final shade, oh my god, Barry M Black Cherry eyeshadow palette. It's this one here. First look that I did was using Evince, so that purple shade. I used it on an e.l.f. No Budge shadow stick in the shade Rose Gold, and then Evince all over, and then I used Spoiled from the same palette, in fact, this one here, on the outer corner, outer V, and then I dabbed, because now I'm into that, or at least I was at that point, and then I seem to have forgotten about it again anyway. And then I used Energy, sort of dabbed on top. And on the lower lash line, I went with this NYX green eye crayon in this one in the shade Emerald City. And a bit of Energy again from the Revolution Regenerational palette on the lower lash line as well. Something about purple and orange and brown rusty shimmers. I really like that. Who would have thought? Yeah, I do like that a lot. All right, the second look I did was using Poison, so the Barry M shadow, that last one, on the outer corner. And I had Spiral, another Revolution shade from the Constellation palette. Is this one here. I had that all over the lid, on top of a brown metallic cream eyeshadow from Maybelline. And then, yeah, Spiral all over, Poison in the outer corner, and again, the green NYX eyeliner on the lower lash line. I liked it. Yes, I did enjoy that. Oh my god. All right, these next 2 looks I did both in one day. Yay for double makeup. I'm doing that a lot. Maybe now that it's hotter and everything's just, yeah, it feels like more gross faster, so I'm always looking for that refresh. For that first one, and bear in mind this was first thing in the morning after dropping off my son to nursery, and the sun was really out, and I thought this would be a great idea to take selfies now. e.l.f. Perfect Pearl, this one I used all over my lid. And then I used Arcadia, so that 3rd shade, I used that all over my lid as well. And then I used a shade, this one here, called Rubble. Again, another Revolution shade. I used that on the outer corner. I know you can barely see it, but hey. And then I used a brown metallic eye crayon from Rimmel that I can't show you because I have finished it. Yay! So second look of the day, it was only yesterday. I used the e.l.f. No Budge shadow stick in Rose Quartz. So I've got 3 of them, and yeah, they've got new packaging. I'm not sure how I feel about it, but actually I like it. Well, I don't know. Sour, this one, all over the lid. It's so pretty because yes, it's purple, it's a shimmer, it's sort of plum cherry shimmer, but it has a blue shift to it. So nice. But it, you know, really like, I find that this is the one that stands out, and like, I think what the packaging was inspired by as well, with this sort of blue and cherry type scenario. Yeah. Okay, sour on top, and then I went into my Focus palette for my Pan Those Eyeshadows and worked on another shade here. So this one, Maybelline Blush Nudes, shade number 12. That darkest one here went on the outer V, and I used a black Revolution eye crayon as well for tight lining and lower lash line. Right, those were the looks. For me, the winner of this last episode was the Barry M Black Cherry palette. I wouldn't have pulled that out had it not been for this project. And also that whole dabbing a shimmer on top of something else and to sort of create like a different shift to it. Yes. And mental note, remember to keep doing that, Dora. Okay, yes, all right. Let's now randomize 4 new shades and then I'll put on a bit of makeup and then let's chat a bit more. All right, I'm going to be randomizing 4 shades between numbers 1 and 307. Number 259, 284, 292, they're all really late. What's this trying to tell me? And 228, okay. Right, I'm gonna look them up, grab those palettes, if they're not all in the same one, hopefully not, and then I'll be right back. Okay, I've got my palettes here. Here they are. 2 of them I have never used and never swatched, and my heart is racing right now and I'm getting sweaty palms. This is ridiculous. But yeah, I think this is a sign. The other 2 shades I've also never swatched. Funnily enough, 2 of those palettes I already worked with last time, and last time they were the first time that I actually cracked into those palettes. So there's a bit of a theme going on here. Newness. Okay. Right, let's go through them together. First shade, number 259, comes from the Revolution Utopia palette. This one again, where last time I had Arcadia. And the shade we're looking for is called Glimpse. Ooh, okay. It's this one here. It really reminds me of Sour, that extra Barry M Black Cherry shade that I showed you. Okay, let's watch. All right, I do like this one. Very nice. It's the Too Faced That's My Jam palette, which I got for my birthday. And I've never used it, and it smells amazing. And the shade is called Pickup Limes. So it's going to be a lime green, isn't it? Oh, this is it right here. I can't say that it looks green in any way. It's more like a shimmer. Shimmery champagne kind of colour. There you go. First time ever I'm using something Too Faced. I think I've swatched them in a shop, but none of, you know, it's my first Too Faced item in my collection. So there's that. It seems to be a bit of a duochrome situation that does have like a bit of a green, hint of a green shift to it. I really like how that works with that shimmery plum up there. Okay, I'm happy so far. Mercury Retrograde palette. Everyone has it, I think. I only got it for my birthday as well. Okay, the shade we're looking for is Ultraviolet. It's this one. I like it a lot. Wow. Definitely I'm going to be ignoring all the other shades until they get rolled in. A lot like last time, there's that shade here. Yeah, there's such a similar color story going on. Anyway, that could all go different now. The final shade comes from the Revolution Romance palette, where last time I had that pressed glitter, nostalgic. And the shade name is Precious. Oh, okay. Okay, whatever. It's this one here. So it's a matte. Very smooth matte sort of red brown, a foxy color. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna work on something now. I'll let you take a look again, and then I'll talk you through what I did. Okay, see you in a bit. Okay, and here is the finished look. Okay, I think it's very similar to what I did last time. I've definitely enjoyed using these shades just now. Even though it was scary to break into these two brand new palettes. Okay, so I'm sure you saw what I did. I used the Rose Gold e.l.f. shadow stick again as a base, and then I set that with a red matte shade. So I used that one to set it. And because I was working with that shimmer underneath it and I only used one layer, I quite liked that, how it performed. Yes, and I was able to sort of lift it up to a shimmer that way. Happy, happy, happy. Okay. Then I used Glimpse. So that Revolution Utopia palette shade. By the way, it's Utopia with EU. And I used that on the outer V and then smoothed it out a little bit. And then I used, that's my jam, Pickup Limes. So this one here on my inner corner and a little bit on the brow bone, which I never do. Oh my God, sorry, just, I'm distracted, but this one, wow. And the pink one, yes. And I feel somewhat that this is very close to this palette. What's going on here? Yeah, all right, okay. And then, yeah, finally I used Ultraviolet from the Mercury Retrograde palette, dabbed on top all over to create that different shift. And yeah, it's almost stuck more to my right eye than my left. But who cares? But yeah, I like both of those effects. Whether it's more or not, it's, yeah, it instantly did something to it. And I felt like the shimmer effect was more powerful than with other shimmers where I've tried that before. Might just be in my head. And then I used Glimpse again on the lower lash line because I used this black eye crayon, Revolution 1, again for tight lining and my lower lash line in combination with that Glimpse shade. And that is what I did. Oh yeah, and I removed my lip. I think you saw that as well. What can I say? Yeah, I'm pleased with this. Purple and brown. Who would have thought? They are a nice combination, aren't they? Yeah. It feels like it's 2000s inspired, but yet no one would have done that for real in the 2000s. Even though there was a lot of brown and purple going on. I seem to remember, I started the late 90s, like going shopping. I remember when I first got into shopping in like H&M, there was just like a ton of this specific purple shade in the shop. And then there was this sort of olivey green. And yeah, there were browns as well from like leathers, pleathers, whatever. But I don't feel like we didn't really do that combination. I feel like it's something that I've seen Katie Jane Hughes do for the first time really successfully, where I was like, yeah, I like that. I like this whole clash of like all the sort of 70s inspired blue eye with like a rusty lip. Love it. Anyway, this is getting really long. So yeah, I'm gonna play around with these 4, share some looks with you again in the next one. I think I won't be able to do this in the next 2 weeks, but stay tuned, subscribe in the meantime if you haven't already. And other than that, I hope you have a wicked rest of your day or night, wherever you are, whenever you're watching this, and I'm sending you so much love. Bye bye.